1 second, put your clothes out. Okay, hi everyone. Hi, I'm here. Sorry, I hit go live and then I realized I forgot to tell my husband that I'm going to be on a live and he's on his way home right now, so I put his clothes out. Whatever. So he doesn't have to come in here and interrupt. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. Today's Friday, so I normally do the Wednesday live at 5, but I couldn't pick my head up off the couch on Wednesday. I was so exhausted, and I started getting really nervous. Like, I started thinking, like, did I eat something? Like, why am I so tired for so long? And I was really getting worried. I'm like, what could I have possibly eaten? I made everything over the holidays. Like, I'm the one who tells everybody else, be careful, make sure you do this, this, and that. I was getting so nervous. But then I said to myself, all right, do what you always do. Give yourself a couple days before you freak out. So I did. I gave myself 2 days and it didn't work. I needed 3 days. I really did. And I needed sleep. I needed consistent sleep. So a couple things I want to tell you about. We are going to talk about Epstein-Barr today. And that's another reason why I didn't want to do this on Wednesday, because I wanted to be on my game. And I wanted to make sure that everyone who is new here, who is watching this for the first time, understands why they're sick. You joined this group because you heard people are healing, right? Well, how are they healing? They're healing because they have discovered, through either me or the medical medium or whatever resource, they have discovered the root cause of why they are sick. You cannot begin to heal unless you know the root cause of it. Sure, there are drugs out there, but the drugs are not addressing the root cause. The drugs are suppressing the immune system, and that's a completely different conversation. We'll talk about drugs another time. So we're going to get into Epstein-Barr and the MS connection, okay? Couple announcements first. Just two. So I put a Minding Your Soul calendar. This is the first time that I did this. I put all the events that are going on in this group in a calendar, and it's interactive. So you can just click on the link on the day and it will bring you to how to sign up. Some of them are free, some of them cost money. I was going to open up the gluten-free cooking Zoom, the live cooking demo. I was going to open that up in January, free to everybody. But I thought, you know what? I already missed the first one because not only was I sick, but the gluten-free coach who does twice a month, I do twice a month, she also got sick. Her name is Jen Marks. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let's do it in February and let's do like a whole month of desserts and really make it like a big bang. So that's going to be free in February, and how to sign up is also in the calendar. So if you ever want to know what the hell's going on in the group, go to the files section, click on the calendar, and it will show you exactly everything, even the live at 5s, and what the topics are going to be. So what I wanted to do was start off this new year, because I can't do a workshop because I'm 8 months pregnant. Officially yesterday I turned 8 months. It's going by so slow, so slow. I mean, I get out of breath just talking. I'm not complaining. I'm 44 and I'm growing a really healthy human. So, and I also have a 19-year-old and a 15-year-old. So it's a lot, but I'm not complaining. I'm really grateful. That being said, this sucks so bad. All right, so because I can't do a workshop and really bring in a whole bunch of clients like I did a couple months ago, I still want to give you guys the information. So what I'm going to do is what I would normally do in a workshop. All the lessons that I give, I'm going to give them each week. So every Wednesday live at 5, it's going to be my entire workshop. So all the information that you need to heal is going to be on those Wednesday live at 5s. And then we're going to sprinkle in some interviews, some other healing modalities that are going to help you along the way, because not one person can offer you the entire healing spectrum. There are going to be pieces that you get from so many other people. I want to see the comments, so I'm just going to go on my phone here and pull myself up so I can see the comments, because I'm on another platform. So, all right, so now we're going to talk about, did I say everything? Yeah, so next Wednesday when I do this again, we're going to be interviewing Catherine Rose, because there are a lot of vibrational healing modalities that are coming up that are going to be free for this month in case you want to try something. And then we're going to talk about the MS clearing group that we've been doing for the past year that's growing in numbers, and I want to offer that to you guys too. Make sure you know what it is, because really you're like, great, what is that? How is that going to help me? So I thought her talking in her own words would really help. So let's get into why we're here today. when I was first diagnosed, they were telling me that my body was attacking itself. And I didn't accept that. It didn't feel like that was the right thing. I didn't understand, like, how is my body attacking itself? Okay, fine, just tell me how. And they couldn't tell me how. What is my body attacking? What's attacking the myelin? Why is it attacking the myelin? Oh, we don't know. There's no reason for it. You're telling me that my body is doing something that you can't find a reason for? I don't understand that. And yet you're going to prescribe me medicine even though you don't know what the problem is? It never sat well with me. And of course, the years went by, symptoms got worse. I started the medication because they scared the shit out of me. So I started the beta-serone shots every other day, and they kept getting worse until my arms and my legs were paralyzed. And then I thought, I can't do this anymore. I'm getting worse. I'm taking the medication. Now I know what the medication does. It makes me completely worse. So now I want to go it alone, and I want to see what I can do. And at the point where this was marinating for a while in my mind. Then what happened, my arms and my legs became paralyzed and I couldn't get out of bed. So my then husband moved me over to a chair in the living room, and my daughter, who was 2 at the time, was playing on the carpet right in front of me. And he's like, I'm going to 7-Eleven. I'll be right back. It's literally on our corner. And I'm like, oh my God, don't leave me. Don't leave me. God forbid something happens. I can't get to her. He goes, she won't even know I'm gone. Well, she did. As soon as he pulled out of the driveway, he wasn't even out of the driveway yet. She got up, showed me a toy, tripped, fell, and I couldn't get to her. I couldn't get to her. She's crying out, Mama, please, help me. And I couldn't get to her. That's when it snapped. That's when I knew I had to do something different. And come hell or high water, I was not going to have MS. I could either have MS or I could be a mother, but I sure shit can't do both. And that's when I decided, that's it. I need to find a way to heal. And I knew that something was inside of my body. I don't know how I knew, but I just kind of felt that my body was either attacking a virus, a bacteria, or a fungus, and I didn't know what. So I was going to start attacking everything inside my body. And I changed my diet around completely. About a month later, I got my arms and my legs back. Am I frozen, guys? Because it looks like I am on here. And, like, of course, the worst facial position ever. So you just let me know. So what I did was I started treating my body like it had all 3, and I slowly got better. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I did, but I want you to know that I got myself to about 60% healed before I found the medical medium books. Because when he wrote his first book or released it in 2015, when that book came out, he spoke the way I did. He goes, your body is not attacking itself. I know. He goes, your body is attacking a virus, and it's the Epstein-Barr virus, and this is how you kill it. So here I was, about 60% healed. I still had the brain fog, but it wasn't all day, every day. It came about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I still had numb toes, but I don't care. I went from being paralyzed to just having numb toes. And I did this all on a single parent's budget because, like I said before, I did have a husband, and as soon as I started healing, he's like, I can't do this anymore, and he left and walked out. So if you're thinking that this is going to cost a lot of money, it isn't. It's food. You have to feed yourself anyway, and you make different choices. And I did this all, I mean, he left me in a $90,000 hole that I got myself out of. So I did that while I was healing myself. And then when the medical medium released his book in 2015, that's when he said, your body is attacking the Epstein-Barr virus, and here's how to kill it. When I started following his protocol, that's when within the year, I went from, I would say about 60% healed to 100% healed. To the point where I was like, I have to share this information with people. This is amazing. I wish I would have known about this 10 years ago. So what I did was, after I got healed, had to get my bearings first. I met somebody, ended up marrying him. He's my new husband, madly in love today, and that's how this happened. So that's a video for another time. But I want to let you know that healing from MS is possible as long as you know what you're dealing with, what you're attacking. Okay, so remember my ex-husband went to 7-Eleven. He came back and I was like, that's it. Excuse me. I'm like, I'm done. I no longer have MS. I'm done dealing with this shit. I'm not going to take the medication anymore, which, by the way, please, guys, don't just get off your medication. Okay, I don't recommend that. There are going to be consequences to you quitting cold turkey your medication. You can only take what I say and as advice. Not even advice. I'm not a trained medical professional at all, so I can't say do this. I can only tell you what worked for me and what has worked for my clients, and I tell my clients the same thing. I can tell you what I did, and I will coach you through what I did, but I'm not a doctor. You got to keep that in mind, okay? Because you got to keep that in mind. So, first things first, what are you attacking? When the medical medium said the Epstein-Barr virus, he listed out the 4 different stages that the virus goes through, and that's what we're going to go through right now. Stage 1 is when you come in contact with someone who is contagious. Wait, am I missing any comments down here? Oh, I am. Oh, guys, thank you so much for jumping on. I just had to scroll down to see the comments. Rhonda, hello. Thank you for jumping on. And thank you. Yes, I am so much better. My God, I really needed 3 consecutive nights of sleep. Thank you. Clara, hi. Kara, hi. On and off frozen. No worries. Yeah, you know what? If it's annoying, just know that I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube, and then none of that freezing happens when I go and I upload the videos. So if it's too annoying, don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. Just go to YouTube later after I post it in here. All right, so stage 1, you're coming in contact with the Epstein-Barr virus and you don't even know it. Somebody is contagious, and it goes through saliva. So there's so many different ways that you can get it. But once you have it, you don't really know that you have it. It's kind of just like floating around your bloodstream. It's not really causing any symptoms. So you don't do anything about it. Why would you? You don't know that it's there. But this is the phase where it can be killed. This is the phase where it easily can be killed with your own immune system. But since we're not working on it, since we're continuing to feed it, and we'll go over what feeds it in just a little bit, it's thriving. It's thriving inside your body because some of the foods that you're eating and the heavy metals that you have inside your body, it loves. So that's stage 1. You don't even know you have stage 1. Stage 2 is when it turns into symptoms. Now, those symptoms can be anywhere from a runny nose, a scratchy throat, to being in the hospital with mononucleosis. Why is it such a huge range? Because there's 65 different strains of the Epstein-Barr virus. 65 different strains. So depending on what strain you have, it goes from mild to super freaking aggressive. Depending on what strain you have is going to depend on what symptoms, or is going to determine what symptoms you have. Okay, so I had a very aggressive strain. So here I am in middle school, 6th or 7th grade, and I get diagnosed with mono. I'm put in the hospital, and they don't understand why I am not getting better. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and then I was homeschooled for 3 months because I didn't have the energy to go back to school. I had 0 energy. I needed help getting from my couch to the bathroom because it was just too exhausting getting there. So that's what my mono looked like. Now, when you go to the doctor and you start getting better, they take more blood tests and they go, oh, look at that, you're healing. We can no longer detect any active mono in your bloodstream, only your antibodies. Pay attention. Mononucleosis is the Epstein-Barr virus. The Epstein-Barr virus in stage 2 is in your blood and causes symptoms anywhere from a runny nose to mononucleosis, where you end up in the hospital, and anywhere in between. Some people have it and they don't even know it. When the doctors test and they say that you've gotten over it, you no longer have it, you only have the antibodies, what happened is that your Epstein-Barr virus hit stage 3. And what stage 3 is it leaves your bloodstream and it makes a run for an organ. This is where it is undetected by blood tests. You would have to biopsy an organ in order to see the Epstein-Barr virus, and they don't do that. Way too expensive. So that's why when we're getting tested today, most of us, very high percentage of us diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, are going to show antibodies for the Epstein-Barr virus. Very high antibodies. Now, we're going to jump a little bit. People with MS show very high levels of antibodies. Very, very, very high levels. They've seen a correlation between people with MS and high antibodies. So what did they do? They said, oh, must be these antibodies, because we don't see the infection. We don't know what these antibodies were created for, because we can't see an active infection. And they're telling us their entire life they never had any symptoms of anything related to Epstein-Barr, like mononucleosis, because remember, some of those strains are very mild. So when the medical industry is looking at all of these patients diagnosed with multiple sclerosis who have these very high antibody levels, they start going, well, this must be the problem. The body is producing too many antibodies. So what they do? They came out with disease-modifying drugs that stop your body from producing antibodies. Now your body has absolutely no defense against the Epstein-Barr virus, because the medicine that you're taking for it has killed your body's ability to create the antibodies. It kills the T and the B cells, or I should say the T or the B cells, depending on what medication that you're on. That's why when you get off of your medication, your immune system goes, well, most people, oh my goodness, and it starts on the attack, and that's when you get a flare-up and you go, oh, the medication was working, when really, and then most people go back on the medication. What's happened is that your immune system has finally gotten a chance to go on the attack, and nothing is going to be killed within weeks, but we get so scared, and of course I would too. And I did have an exacerbation after I got off the medication, but I kept going. I kept going to see what would happen. And it takes time for your body to go back into balance. So jump back to stage 3. So 1, it's in your blood system. It's in your blood, and it's just creating, it's replicating, and it's not creating any symptoms. 2, it starts creating symptoms. It starts turning into mononucleosis, and that's when you get diagnosed with something, or you don't, but you're going to get some kind of symptoms that you might not even go to the doctor for. But that's when it's in your bloodstream, and that's when it's active. Stage 3, it goes into an organ. It leaves your bloodstream and goes right into an organ, and that's where you're going to get diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. It's not always going to be MS. You know why? Because the Epstein-Barr virus doesn't always make a run for the same organ. Ours, the people who are diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, our Epstein-Barr virus made a run for the spleen and the liver. And that's why our bodies have a certain set of symptoms that are later diagnosed as multiple sclerosis. If the virus made a run for your thyroid, you're going to get diagnosed with Hashimoto's, hyper or hypothyroidism. If your virus made a run for your intestines, because that's where all the heavy metals in the food supply was, you're going to get diagnosed with Crohn's disease, or a lesser strain, you're going to get diagnosed with IBS. If it's in your joints, rheumatoid arthritis. If it hits stage 4, stage 4 is, yes, it's still in your organs, but it's also riding your nerves. Why? Because your nerves are the roadway to all of your organs. Your nerves are like, oh, we're going to go here, we're going to go here. And the virus can ride those nerves. That's when you're diagnosed with fibromyalgia. Depending on the organ, or the place, I should say, that the virus has decided to make a run for and live there, will determine your symptoms, which will then determine your diagnosis. It all comes back to the Epstein-Barr virus. They are finally, when I say they, the medical industry, they are finally starting to make the connection. I shouldn't say finally starting. They've been making this connection now for a good number of years, ever since I found out about medical medium in 2015. There are articles out there that are telling you, oh, there's something we're finding between the Epstein-Barr virus and people who have MS. The medical medium has put it into books. And I have read all of his books multiple times. In fact, all of my clients get the Cleanse to Heal book. This one right here, the Cleanse to Heal book, with their program. And because it's the Bible, we need to understand how to clean our bodies. Now, with the medical medium information and all the information that I came across in trying to heal myself, I've put together this protocol, I call it, because that's what everyone else calls their thing, a protocol. I call it the Starve, Kill, Detox protocol, because what you need to do is you need to starve the virus in order for your immune system to kill it. So you have to get your immune system very strong so it can kill it. And then you have to learn how to detox it out of your body. And you have to do those three steps. consistently every day, all day, for the rest of your life. Sounds like hell, right? It's not. I'm Italian and love my food. Absolutely love my food. And there's no way that I would be able to live without loving my food. So the things that the virus feeds on: gluten, dairy, and eggs. Think about it. Eggs was new to me. I learned about eggs from the medical medium. I never knew about eggs. But if you think back, and I think the Anthony William, the medical medium, I think he's the one who said this. He goes, think back to when your kids were little and you're getting them vaccinated. They said if your kid has an egg allergy, you have to get a different vaccine. Well, it makes perfect sense. They put eggs inside the vaccines to keep the virus alive. So that's why we got to stop eating eggs, because it's feeding the virus. So another thing I wanted to let you know is that when you're starving the virus, what you're actually doing is you're weakening it. You want to weaken it because there is a cloud of, like, say, smoke that the virus excretes so that your immune system can't see it. It's a very clever little fucker. Excuse my language. It's kind of like an octopus. You know how an octopus inks to get away from its predators? It creates an ink cloud, and then the predators can't see where it ran off to. The virus does the same thing. It excretes like this cloud so that your immune system goes, okay, I knew it was here. Where the hell are you? And it's constantly on the attack because we keep feeding it through our foods and the heavy metals that we come in contact with. We keep feeding it. It keeps proliferating. Now, Epstein-Barr only has a 6-week life cycle. It can only last for 6 weeks. And you're thinking, oh, well, that must be really easy to kill, right? 6 weeks and I'm done. Yeah, no, it has a ton of food supplies. And that's why we talk in this group about no dairy, no gluten, no eggs. But there's one more thing. If you did eliminate all of those things, this is why I say you have to do all the things all the time. If you did eliminate those things, it still has the heavy metals that it's able to feed on. And those heavy metals are throughout your body. Everybody has them. Don't freak out. They're very easy to get rid of. We use the heavy metal detox smoothing. So I want to give you enough information to get started right away, knowing what the root cause is, because I can't take on any more big clients until I deliver this child and he starts to sleep. In the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm offering my weekly coaching. If you want to jump in and be like, okay, this is what I'm doing, what do I do next? These are my questions, and jump into the group that I've had now since August, September. These ladies, and we don't have any gentlemen yet, but we're open to it. I see more gentlemen joining the group as the group gets bigger and bigger. But they support each other. They answer each other's questions. And yes, sometimes they do glutenize themselves accidentally because we're all learning. I've glutenized myself, and that's a word that I coined, glutenize. It's when I've eaten gluten. I've glutenized myself. And I've done it over the years, and you get better at this. You really do get better at this, but that's what's going to set you back to square one. That's what's going to set you back to starting all over again. And the reason is, remember I said the Epstein-Barr virus has a 6-week life cycle. We're constantly feeding it, right? So it's constantly growing in numbers and proliferating and just going all over our body, organs, blood, everything. We just need 6 weeks of starving it and allowing our immune systems to kill it. Now, if you're currently on medication, what I have seen in my clients is that the ones who are on medication, they either hit a plateau, but they stop healing. They get to a point where they stop healing. Okay, so the medication kind of puts a damper on the healing because it dampens, think about it, dampens the immune system. So you never get that full transformation. Am I giving you advice on what to do? Absolutely not, because I'm not a medical professional. I'm just telling you what I have seen. This is what I've seen in my clients. So what I do with my protocol is I take you step by step on what to do to first start detoxing your body out. We start with the lemon water, the celery juice. I tell you exactly how to do it. And then we start removing the heavy metals, and then we start with the gluten and the dairy and how to eat that, how to eat like that. So there's an entire process. And like I said, because I can't do my 4-month program right now until I deliver this child, the weekly coaching is available. You can sign up anytime, you can cancel anytime. So if you want to sign up for a month and see what it's about, great. If you want to sign up for 3 months, ongoing, whatever, you can cancel at any time. But for the people who just need advice on how to go about what they're doing with this protocol, absolutely. The people who don't know what the hell they're doing and what the hell I'm talking about and need to start from ground one, what I would recommend is what I'm going to do in this group until I deliver and I'm able to open up a workshop and take on more clients. What I'm going to do is every Wednesday, I'm going to give you a piece so that you can follow along in the beginning of the year and really get started. So what I always do in the workshop is start with what I started with today. I started with, why are you sick? Again, because you cannot heal something if you don't know the cause of why you're sick. And then we're going to start with how to get your body in the detox mode every day, how to kill the virus, how to starve it, eat gluten-free, how to get the heavy metals out. And we're going to do that every single week until this child is sleeping. And I'm hoping that's going to be about April, because then I will do a full week-long workshop and take in more clients, and then we will start that ball rolling again. But just know that every Wednesday you can tune in here and get more information that you need to heal, and you can go back and watch the old videos. All of this is recorded for you. So I have talked to people that are like, you know what, I started healing and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, really? I've never talked to you before. I've never even seen your name. And they're like, oh yeah, no, I watch your videos and I did everything that you said to do, and it's absolutely works. So for those people, thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad. Please share your experience, because our brains really do need evidence that healing is possible. My elbow keeps falling off this desk. Our brains need that evidence, because what are we told all the time at the neurologists? We're always told that there's nothing you can do. I used to joke that I could show up at my neurologist and say, my eyes are bleeding. They won't stop. They're just hemorrhaging. And he would say, well, you have MS, Janine. You know, what do you expect? Every symptom that I went to him with, he would say, oh, well, you know, you have MS, Janine. What do you expect? So now that you know, now that you have a target, you can zone in on that virus. If you want to go it alone and you want to read all those books and get all that information, all the information is out there. This isn't my information. This is everything that I read on the internet in books over 10 years that I put into a protocol to make it easier. Do you have to do my program to heal? Absolutely not. Makes it a hell of a lot easier. I wish I would have had someone saying, hey, make sure you do this, and that. And then I'll show you how to do it consistently every day. But like I said, this is information that is out there for anyone to find. Excuse me. I just wanted to read some of the comments while I'm in here. Okay, so Farah, I'm so sorry. Farah says that I'm freezing and repeating. I hope this video is being recorded. Yes, don't worry. That was 11 minutes ago. So if you're still here, it's absolutely going to be recorded. I upload it to YouTube and then I post it in the group. Probably by tonight or tomorrow morning I can do that. And that won't have any of the skips. So sorry. I know it's really annoying. And Jamal, hello. Thank you for watching. It's good to see you here. Now, whether you are watching the live video or the recording, because I normally do this on Wednesdays, it's a much better time to do it. Fridays are rough. Like, who the hell's going to sit in front of their computer on a Friday night? I know normally I'd be on the couch at this time eating something. I don't know who I'm kidding. I'm always eating something. I'm not always sitting on the couch, but I'm always eating something these days. Whether you're watching the live or the recording, just know that the comments that you post here, I'm still going to get the notification, so I can still offer those answers to you. And if all of this information is completely overwhelming and you want to know how it applies directly to you, just know that I do free consultations, and I do the free consultations all the time. This is my business. This is what I do. I do the coaching full time. Schedule a consultation with me and I will give you all the answers that I possibly can in that time, so that you have the information that you need to start healing. Because remember, keep this in mind. You don't have to be sick. You don't have to have MS symptoms. You don't have to have MS. Now, people ask me, do you think you're completely cured? And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't think that you can ever get rid of that virus. I think it's always hiding somewhere in your body. And that's why people who get the stem cell treatment, the people who get their stem cells replaced, yeah, they're doing really good for a couple of years, some of them even longer than that, because you gave your immune system a chance to get ahead and attack that virus. But if you don't stay on top of that and you allow the virus to grow by feeding it, the things that I mentioned before, it's going to come back. And that's why they have a couple good years or a couple good months, and then it comes back. There's absolutely a way to do this. I did it. My clients are doing it. Some of them have already done it. One's even out of her wheelchair. It is absolutely amazing. So I want you to tune in every Wednesday for all of this free information. If you want more coaching, I offer Tuesday group coaching and then Thursday live cooking demonstrations, because I can tell you how easy it is to eat gluten-free and dairy-free, but until I show you how easy it is, you're gonna be like, oh wow. And don't expect Rachel Ray, okay? I'm no Rachel Ray. I drop things, I spill things, but we get it done, and the food does actually taste good. Sometimes it's pretty, sometimes it's not. So anyway, for the people who came out and joined me this Friday night, I'm so sorry for the freezing. I gotta figure out what to do about that. I'm gonna upload it to YouTube, and even on YouTube, if you wanna leave some comments, questions, whatever, leave them there. I will answer them. Schedule a free consultation. I'll answer them there. Or if you want some private coaching, go to mindingyoursoul.com. If you want anything, actually, go to mindingyoursoul.com. Everything that you need to do to sign up for any of my services are right there. Or just look at the calendar in the files section. Okay. I think I said everything that I wanted to say. If I forgot anything, I'll just post the shit out of it. All right, it's Friday night. I'm done for the week. And I will see you guys next week, and I'll see you in the group. By the way, I love the freaking group. I absolutely love everybody in the group. You guys are so helpful and supportive and kind. And there are no victims in the group. And that's what I love. I find that with other MS groups, there's a lot of complaining. There's a lot of negativity. And I think, I know in this group, like everybody's like, all right, we can do this. What are we doing next? Here's a great recipe. Here's what I discovered. And that's exactly what I was hoping that this group would be. And that's why I named my business and this group Minding Your Soul, because you have to mind the matters of your soul in order to heal. Because like I said, I don't have all the answers there. You're going to find little pieces of the puzzle from all these different people. And that's what this group is for. So keep on sharing. Share your recipes, share the different healing modalities, share everything, because you never know if the piece of information that you have is that one piece of information that somebody else is missing. Use this group as your platform, okay? Use this group as your voice. This is what worked for me, or this is what I'm struggling with. Who has had help with this? And that's exactly what you're doing. And it has a great feel to it. The group really does. So everybody, thank you. Thank you for participating. And thank you for joining me on these Live at 5s and spreading the information. People need to know they do have choices. They don't have to be sick. And healing from MS is absolutely possible. If I could do it paralyzed in both my arms and my legs, and here I am, well, I'm not running today because I'm pregnant, but running normally, yeah, it's absolutely possible. All right, I'm done. I'm going to stop talking now. Everyone, you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.